episode number 4. We're gonna switch it up a little bit, man. We got my boys in here, man. You know, I'm your host, D.
Neil, this is Coach Neil, Channel 5 coming at you live, your favorite coach. Over here with Tea Time, you can see the green, because we all about life over here in Grove.
Yes, sir.
AJ Anthony Spencer II. I'm here with Spence Lee, commissioner, founder. I'm here to spread what we all about over here on the Joco side. You know
I mean, you see the shirt, so we ain't gonna be too
No.
He really a Kansas City boy. He was just raised down Johnson County.
I just hear some shit.
City boy. He was with the Tar Heels back in the day.
That's
oh shit, you played with the Tar Heels?
Yeah, I played with. So Nody was like I started playing with him in the 6th grade, and that was probably one of the best experiences, especially coming from where I'm actually born in Salina, Kansas, Western Kansas. You know what I'm saying? Coming from all the way Western Kansas to playing off of 63rd Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? That's a way different vibe.
Yeah.
Shout out Nody too.
Yeah, no,
legend.
Definitely.
I ain't never met him. I heard about him.
Yeah.
All the hoopers be talking
Oh,
about.
Because if you was a real baller back in the day, you played for Nody. You played for Nody.
Yeah, for sure.
You played for the Tar Heels.
That's what I heard.
You had to be a hooper.
But yeah, man, we're gonna switch it up a little bit, man. Y'all see the cast is a little bit different. I'm gonna start bringing, a little guests in, just to try to, shed the light to different perspectives. Today we're gonna just talk about the coaching, hoop coaching in KC, man, just how it's changing, just over time, and all the changes, that's coming. So, you wanna start with Tea Time, just kind of spread the light?
So Tea Time is spelled TEEA, and it stands for time, energy, effort, and attitude. And basically how we changing the game and how we planning to change the culture of basketball is through the mental toughness side. I teach mental toughness through the sport of basketball, trying to prepare our youth for what comes next after basketball. Not everybody goes professional in basketball or the sport of their choice, but we all go through tough things and tough situations and irritating people, you feel me, and backstabbers and liars and cheaters and all that stuff. You gotta get mentally tough to get through stuff like that. So over at Tea Time, I put them through a lot of tough obstacles. Being that we've been having a little bit of success, we jumped over and started or became the first sponsor of Spence League, because we definitely believe in that dream over there, because that's definitely teaching the same thing. So we're really trying to bring the competitiveness back to Kansas City. You feel me? USD 500, Kansas City, Kansas public schools, Kansas City, Missouri public schools. We're really trying to bring that, how everybody got excited for Friday night. Feel me?
Yeah.
Going to watch Paseo, or going to watch Raytown or Ray South, or freaking Sumner when I was playing, or me age. You feel me? Getting hyped for, what was it, Hy-Vee shootout?
Hy-Vee shootout.
What? No
State
school.
shootout.
Oh my gosh, no school.
Showdown.
We're in the gym from 1 to 10.
Even the Williams Jewell tournament.
Even the Williams Jewell
Big
tournament.
time.
Watching Rockhurst was in there, bro.
Big time.
Watching some of the legends, George Good, Quentin Day, freaking even Connor Tien, bro. He was a ball man.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Big flowers being thrown right now.
Hey, big buckets, bro. For real, big roses.
Not lying.
We trying to bring that sort of style of basketball back, and it comes really through the whole focus of, am I trying to go get a bucket, or am I trying to play the game?
Yeah.
You feel me? Which one is coming? We become so idealistic on the NBA that everybody forgets. That's
gotta play the game,
right.
too.
That's 1% of the world.
Well, not even that's 1% of the world. It's
hoopers.
that's the way the NBA is set up. There's no. It's 3 seconds in the lane.
Yeah.
It's 1-on-1.
You can't play
You know what I'm saying? You can't play help side like that. If you help side off your man, it's a 3 or whatever. It's a bucket.
That's
Right.
why
whatever.
it goes on in the league.
Definitely.
Because you can't be in that lane.
Dudes get paid to play this game. I hope they be able to hit an open jump shot.
Get an open jump shot. But when you think about how everybody is raised and playing, it's all to go 1-on-1. But we can sit in the lane on defense.
Yeah.
We can play help side. So you gotta actually learn how to move the basketball, play without the basketball. Everybody can only really be great with the basketball.
Yeah.
But if they don't have the ball, you know how many kids and
I learned that shit in college, bro.
Right.
I learned that in
That's
college.
why a lot of guys can't play college basketball and continue to play it and graduate through it, because it's a whole different style of thing than just playing pickup.
You gotta change your game.
You gotta change your game. You gotta change your mentality.
Mental.
You gotta change your mentality, and that's where we try to. That's what we do at T-Time. We try to change your mentality so you can understand. You know, if you really want to do this at a high level, you should learn now that, bro. When I say touch the line, bro, this far is not touching the line, bro.
That shit real.
Like you could lose your starting spot over that.
I had a coach real quick. I'm interrupting.
No, you good.
So I had a coach. He told me, he brought up that touch the line, scenario.
Yeah.
He said, I guarantee you, everybody who don't touch the line in here is failing the class. Everybody who don't touch the line is waiting until the night before to type a paper.
Right.
People like you that go hard in that, I guarantee you got all good grades. I guarantee you know what I'm saying? You're not worried about failing the class or nothing because you do what you told and you work hard.
That's a fact.
And I was like, damn, all the niggas is lazy or failing class. Like, damn. I said, that's fact. That's real. So that's real.
Some mental is everything, man. Yeah, I had, and I know y'all probably seen it too, a lot of coaches get in players' heads. Yeah. Like, yo, bro, don't shoot the ball. Don't take that shot. You feel me? Yeah, none of us in here. But
if you also shoot it.
Right, but you seen coaches like that, like only want specific guys to do this. You feel me? Oh, be all up in your parents' face and your face. Hey man, yada yada yada. I'm gonna do you like this and use you like this. Yeah. And then when you sign that contract and get up there, it's a whole different thing.
But like you said, that's a teaching point, a lesson point. That's what I love about basketball. Because even in those people that come into your life through basketball and do that to you, karma always gonna come back your way. I promise you. Like, because that happened to you. That's happened to everybody. That's happened to everybody. Most of us have toughed it through. Yeah. Now there's different avenues for these kids to get out of those type of situations, which is a blessing. Something like transfer portals, being able. In Kansas, there's gonna be open transfer, which is like the fact that you can restrict a kid to where he wants to go to school is just it's crazy.
Now it's crazy.
You can do that? Like what, high school?
No, there's about to be open transfer rule in Kansas.
It's an open transfer rule in Missouri.
There is.
The one in remember, because we all had to go to the high school in your area.
Yeah.
No, that's changed now.
Cause bro, they had changed that. Cause for the longest, I was gonna have to go to Hogan, Southeast or something. Cause we lived on 57. But my mom was like, "Fuck that." I had to sneak to go to Ray South. I didn't live in Raytown until the end of my junior year, bro. I lived in the city the whole time.
Now they can do it easy, bro. Just with easy transfer. But that's tea time, man.
We kind of.
That's your favorite.
No, it's still basketball. That's why I feel like the easy collab with. I mean, obviously, this is my best friend, so it's not even that hard to freaking to collab on something like this. But the ideology is the same way. I mean, when people come to Spence League, you know what I'm saying, when they come to the runs, especially when they come to this program, they're gonna get that nostalgic feeling, the night hoops, you know what I'm saying, which is something that people, you know what I'm saying, something that people like us, you know what I'm saying, know about. These young kids don't know about that. They've never seen that. I mean, it was only in select areas, first of all, Kansas City, Kansas sometimes. Kansas City, Missouri, I went in the one in Kansas City, Missouri. I went to one, I think, in Kansas City, Kansas one time, but mostly Missouri. So when I seeing that made me like know that I wanted to play basketball. I wanted to be the guy that went to college and came back, like you said, like Pooh Day.
Seeing it when I was young made me want to really be like, all right, definitely this shit serious.
Seeing them in that, seeing them in that first ball up joint, and he was on your team. I said, and he's pulling up every week. I said, bro, you have to come ready to hoop because he's gonna give you 30.
This is a legend. This is a legend. That's why it was an honor, especially me being left-handed. Like I watched this dude. I grew up, so it's like I basically, you know what I'm saying, molded my game kind of after him subconsciously, because I mean, shit, he went to UKC. That's what I'm saying. No. But like I said, with Spence League, it's something that it started in the mud. Like it wasn't something that just like popped up. I mean, I was always preaching and telling guys, because I always have like 3 or 4 college guys come in sometimes, but it was mostly older guys that that didn't play a lot. So you know what I'm saying.
Hey, bro, what we can say about the older guys that come to the 7 a.m. joint on Saturdays. Bro, they play great basketball.
And they play hard.
And it's a solid 7-game series.
Yeah.
But they're
gonna work all 7
But that's where it started. So it started on Saturday mornings, and then it branched off of that. So like it's so beautiful to see like what is happening, obviously it wouldn't have happened if people don't, you know what I'm saying, if people don't take chances. So I'm just blessed to be having, saying, this in the forefront in Kansas City, especially on the basketball front. I think just because of what I know it's gonna be. I mean, yeah, the first time I'm actually gonna see, you know what I'm saying, a shot clock being used, like, you know what I'm saying, in the Kansas City area, and saying being a play in a shot clock. Cause when I played in the ball up, there was no shot clock.
Yeah.
So I mean, I didn't.
There's nowhere though.
It's
It's
kind
not.
of hard to manage that too.
No, it is.
Especially if it's a close game. Then niggas just gonna hold the ball.
Yeah.
That pisses me off so much.
And it's gonna speed the game.
but
Yeah, speed the game up too.
that's
play smart because you don't got that much time.
That's the thing with the
Take
rules
that
too.
shots.
That's the thing with the rules too. Like and we haven't even discussed that a lot, but like, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be a running clock unless the last 2 minutes. And the last 2 minutes is not gonna be running.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a shot clock. So it's gonna force people to speed up, and the games are gonna go by fast, which is good because that's what we want to teach people to have that high, fast, you know what I'm saying, to quick twitch,
Kansas
quick,
City
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, Kansas City basketball, but also being able to think and be able to have high IQ very fast while playing basketball. So it's like I think it'll be so beautiful. And then our overtime rules with the elam ending, and you know what I'm saying, the first to 9, which is, you know, it's 2 points more than what we go to in the Spence League. But I mean, the last game of the day is what we going to. At the last game, we're going to 9. So I mean, that's what I love about this, and it's like everything has come so generically. And that's why I told myself that I was raised a Catholic kid. You know what I'm saying? I went to the church all the time, and I just think that right when I grew up, it just my body is my temple wherever I am. You know what I'm saying? That's where I can pray and be one with God and be one with people upstairs, my guardian angels. But I always say, like, when, you know what I'm saying, it's up to him. Like, if this happens, I'm gonna put everything I have into it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's why it's been so beautiful, because like even when we were a week away, 2 weeks away, and there's 20 guys that only have their fees, and I already paid for everything. Yeah. He already gave me some money. You know, he already donated money. So
you knew it was going.
Yeah, I knew it, but I knew it was gonna play out. That's why I have my brother here with me to go. You know what I'm saying? It's like I have people that's gonna believe in me, and it's so beautiful for the 64 people that are in this league that believe in us too. It's so beautiful because I believe in them, and I believe that they deserve to have something where they can come back to Kansas City and not always leave. Like you know what I'm saying, I'm not even a name drop and say it's a bad thing, like the Cody Rileys and you know what I'm saying, all these kids that grew up in the Kansas City area, but then they go to, or the Bobos, go to high school and you know what I'm saying, a different city. Like that's cool when you're a senior, but let you know what I'm saying, let the city see, let some of these kids see you while you're
if you
here.
go somewhere else, say
I'm from the city.
I'm from the city.
How many people you see do that?
Yeah, they don't.
They don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that I always yell, you know what I'm saying? I always yell Kansas City, but I always scream Salina. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something.
It's all the same shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. Kansas. If you say you're from Kansas, whatever, or Missouri, or whatever, it's all the same thing. As long as you're saying the Midwest or something, as long as you're saying.
Besides KCK.
No, definitely.
Hey, listen. Hey. I'm a part of it all.
Yeah.
I love my city, man.
Hell yeah. But nah, bro, I definitely support the vision, bro. Like, I mean, from the jump, I always try to show my support. I mean, I know a lot of niggas do, but I think I kind of made it known I'm all in, like, type shit. Like, I definitely support it just because I like, when I first met you and shit, I'm like, oh yeah, me and him, like, you know what I'm saying? Both hands like, I'm like, yeah, me and him alike.
Yeah.
And then I see that you put your all in shit and you just competitive. I'm like, oh yeah, all right. I definitely can relate to you on that level type shit. So then when I saw that you was gonna do the Spence League, because we was doing a Saturday league.
Yeah.
When I saw you was gonna do the Spence League, I'm like, yeah, if you got to crack down, you gonna bring all straight hoopers in here, just that culture, bro. I'm like I was telling y'all off camera, bro, I know I gotta be on 10 if I'm coming to the Spence League. Like, you feel me? I can't just walk in the gym, put my shoes on, don't stretch.
No.
Unless you wanna be on the losers court all day.
You can't come in and start jeffing with dudes and think that it's gonna be sweet.
It's gonna be sweet,
It's never gonna be that.
Yeah.
It's never gonna be. There might be happening something. The ball might go out of bounds, and someone's like, "It's off you." No, it's off. And you're saying that right there just gets you going. So it's like.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, in a way, this shit is like keeping my love for the game alive.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because niggas don't want to just go to Genesis and just play against a bunch of bums at 5 a.m. or some shit like that. This shit is giving me my competitive edge back I had when I was really trying to go somewhere with basketball. You know, and I think a lot of people feel that shit too. Like, my boy Rich, that's my dog. I'm seeing Rich get back in his bag. Rich is looking like college Rich.
Hey, one of the greatest pickups we got.
Literally.
One of the greatest pickups we got.
As soon as we talked about having a league, I said, bro, we getting Rich back. He ain't even in shape yet. Imagine when he's getting in shape. I know he getting back right.
He's looking good,
like,
bro.
imagine when Rich Carter is back in shape, bro. He is something different. Like,
bro, I literally can count on my hand, like, it was like Rich, Neil Wonder, I ain't gonna lie.
yeah.
Marcus Walker, bro. When I played y'all niggas for the first time, when I'm talking about the business, like, fuck me up. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. We was at what? Shot tracker. Look, Neil walked in, bro. I'm thinking, like, you know, I see Neil, he outgoing everybody, he talking to everybody. I'm like, I'm looking, I'm like, he look familiar. I don't know where I seen him from.
Yeah.
You know, just basketball, seen him somewhere. And I'm like, he look like a soccer player type shit. He don't look like he'll give your ass 30, bro. Like, I swear to God, he had the whole look, the shorts, the ankle side, like he was chilling type shit.
Yeah.
He laced him up, and I'm guarding him. I'm wondering why niggas don't want to guard him. You know me, I ain't gonna back down. I'm like, man, I'm guarding him. Fuck. This nigga just come out, busting my ass. I'm going back, but I'm definitely not hitting as much as him. And I really, like, no cap, I have to go home and Google this shit. I went home and Google it. Like, what is this nigga, bro?
At my days,
Yeah.
I just came in there and put that. What's Justin's last name? Justin. Bro, shooter.
Nayland?
Yeah.
Nayland?
Oh yeah, Neyland, yeah.
Well, I pull up to the freaking one of the first one of the Spence leagues, bro. Early morning run. Somebody go, hey, he can shoot. I'm like, all right, cool. They pass it into him off rip. He just catch it and let it go. Bang. And I'm like, okay, it's like that. So then as I start playing against him, he just like me, but he like 3 or 4 years older. So he moving around.
Different Justin.
And I'm talking about the right one.
Neyland ain't 3 years old.
Neyland younger.
You know what I'm talking about, the one that played for the Mavs.
Oh, no, Josh.
Josh.
Oh, okay. Hey, shout out Josh.
There we go.
Hey, 785, and not even to
Go ahead.
785 Athletics, the gym that they have there in Topeka, that is the dopest thing that we have in Kansas. He is one of the founders and one of the main investors in that. It's a gym it's an old church in Topeka, in a impoverished area that was ran down. They bought it. They reconstructed the whole inside, turned it renovated, turned it into a gym, a center for young inner city kids in Topeka, which they do need it, which is amazing. Like it's so
something like that in case.
I've
been saying that the hobby arena is cool, but the folks did that. That ain't for us. That's not for us.
No, it's not. That's for the EYBL. That's for the Under Armour tournament.
That's why it ain't that successful.
And I
thought the Southeast Community Center was gonna be that. It was for a minute before little niggas started bringing guns and shit.
That's what messes it up.
Yeah. But the Southeast Community Center was that for the city.
But that's the reason why I wanted this to be that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Northwest Kent is a great hub for it's in a great mixture of areas. It's where Shawnee. It's got four gyms. Shawnee runs into Wyandotte.
Yeah.
Shawnee runs into Olathe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shawnee runs into you know what I'm saying, into kind of Missouri area. So it's like that great dynamic of being able to be accessible by everybody, and it's places where you want to bring your kids. That's what I'm saying. The night hoops vibe is like I'm gonna have courtside seats. That's the beautiful thing with us doing this. Like me growing up as a kid, like I used to sit on the fucking playground. I used to print out the Excel worksheets and fill out names, like give dudes team names, put them on a team. You know what I'm saying? We play at recess. You know what I'm saying? Play the three.
So you been
so this has been something that
this
is something that was like came like it's so weird how it came in the forefront. We was making jerseys, doing this shit, the same shit that I'm doing now, the same thing I'm gonna do after I leave here. I'm gonna make these jerseys, which is authentic, and everything that I'm doing is almost 100% black. You know what I'm saying? Made, owned, everything. So it's like Or, you know what I'm saying, the only reason why it's not is because my brother, and the V's Persian. But it's still brown. It's still brown. Yeah, shout out my boy V. Hey, this would not be happening if it wasn't for V. So, hey, shout out him. That's why I'm saying my support circle has been amazing. It's been so amazing. And it's been, I have really no words to say besides that.
Yeah.
You just sit back and watch it. Especially when you come in the game, you see the game times, and you're gonna be ready. Like you're gonna get the butterflies like the game. I'm telling you, it's gonna be people in there too. Like that's the thing that I'm loving. The traction is gonna be so crazy, and that's the thing I love about the admission. Like everything that I'm, charging for this is gonna be invested back into what I'm building right here.
Yeah.
That's gonna go to cameras so we can have live streaming shit. So that's what the goal is right now.
Yeah.
This is the first season, so we've done a lot.
Year,
That's the thing. That's the one thing that I had to sit back and that's what Neil told me too. Like we can't. Not to say that we want to peak out on this, but like we can't do everything in the first year.
One step at a time, bro.
And like even if it's not the first game, even if it's next week, we add something different. Like I had Juby out there performing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's gonna be something different every way, and that's the one thing that people don't understand too. This is not just gonna be pro-am. It's gonna be a show. You know what I'm saying? I want people to come like yourself. I want people to, like you pass out your flyers. I also want I have people that like my cousin owns her own little, basically custom designing company. She can bring her stuff there. We have a food vendor. We have 2 of them. My mom is one of them too. She'll be selling her salsa, which is top tier. You know what I'm saying? And we have oil-free, butter-free that's gonna be there. That's one of the up-and-coming new restaurants in the Overland Park area. And also we'll have a tea time stuff there, information for kids that need to be with this kid that I always, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My son's gonna be playing with him until he's playing with me. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. That's just what it is. It has nothing to do with anything else. I can teach my son everything else if I want to, but the way the game is going to be played is the way that he's teaching these young kids, and he's already got a niche and a knack for it. So that's why tea time will always be a big staple of Spence League. So, and I'm trying to think, Lemons None will be there with the clothes and and apparel and stuff like that. So that will be awesome. J2 has his one brand legacy, one legacy brand. So it's like you have that into the mixture and only more. I want to have more. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, I don't want people to, when I say sponsor, people think I'm out here reaching for money. It's like, bro, I put 3. That's I even put a number on how much. I can't even put a number on how much on it because I've already invested so much money on this. I don't even look at that shit anymore because if I do, I'm gonna lose my hair. Yeah. And I know what I'm saying. I love my shit, so I don't need to do that. So, but
shout out Roy Clater too.
Hey, shout out Roy Clater. Hey, Roy, my dude, man. He's one of the first dudes besides Tea Time that hopped in and said I wanted to be a sponsor. Hopped in with the water. Hopped in with, with sending me saying graphic designs about how, Spence League could be a little bit better and stuff. So it's like that type of stuff is invaluable. And when sponsors do that, I'm with Clater. It's hard for me. I'm with Clater. I'm with Tea Time. I'm with, I'm with Oil Free Butterfree. I'm with Lemons None. So it's like, and my dad too. My dad is a big inspiration to this. I mean, people look at me and they say, Spence. This is the first time I've been called Spence in my whole entire life. It's been amazing because I looked at my dad as Big Spence. So for me to be called Spence is cool because I know who Big Spence is. I know what this is named after. And this league is for people like my dad, people like that didn't have that place to go, that person to help them. Because even when I have my kids training and playing in the game, and they go, Neil on the help center teaching me how to, where I need to be. That's invaluable. Like you can't. That's $100 lesson right there that kid has learned in 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? That he's gonna remember that for the rest of his life. And I bet you it won't happen to him again. So that's like one of the things that we're trying to lead. And some people are trying to beat us to the punch, which is okay. But that's the thing. Like when you're the chef, you know the recipe. So it's like you know what works. You know what's going. And you just gotta sit back
and you do it your way.
Yeah,
that's
you can't.
They can do it.
They can do it.
You're doing it your way.
You can do it your way. You can't. If you start to focus on that, then you start then you lose sight of what a vision is. The vision is not to compete with anybody.
Exactly.
That's not the vision.
They compete with you.
The vision is to make sure that we can get these kids out off the streets. To be honest, because there's too much bullshit that is happening in Kansas City, and all over the place. I don't care where it's at. So it's like for a kid to be excited to go to Spence League on Tuesday and Thursday. That's 2 days out the week. 2 days out the week that he can say that he's at a safe place. So like, or she's at a safe place. Because one day, like we haven't even talked about this whole episode. There's the women's side,
the ladies side.
I'll fuck with that, bro.
And that's like, and that's
bad turn around.
But that's the thing. That's the one thing that I like. I love him for because he, you know what I'm saying, my wife played basketball, so it's like, and she had to give up basketball.
Shout out B-Rose.
Yeah, shout out B-Rose, shout out my baby. And she had to give up basketball because she had so many concussions.
Pure shooting.
You know what I'm saying? And this will show you how much of a bucket she's related to Lonzo Ball. You know what I'm saying? She's related to all that. That's her second cousin, so she's a bucket. CIF champion in California, which is basically state. So it's like, she had to retire, and me having this platform and having the men's side, I thought, man, the women around here don't get enough love. Like, there's so many dope hoopers out here that even I don't know about. Because strictly I'm a boys basketball coach, and I do love women's basketball, but I'm not around it 100%. I train young ladies, but at the same time I don't train them all. Yeah. So it's like I can't know them all.
Not bullshit, you not, bro. This girl, she moved up here from. I forgot where she from, but she moved up here and was like, where can I go to hoop? I'm like, damn, I can't even think of a place. I can't think of a place, for girls around. I mean, besides being America, that's only in the summertime.
That's only summertime.
You feel me? And I just was like, I mean, shit, I don't know. Maybe you can go to Genesis or something. You know what I'm saying? Hoop with somebody, but it ain't really that much. So I was like, damn, that's crazy. And then when I seen that, I'm like, yeah, he really that's different shit.
No, it's definitely way different. That's why I tell people I'm trying to change everything. I'm trying to put pressure on people, not just people in Kansas City. I'm trying to put pressure on the people higher ups, the shot clocks in high schools, to elevate, because I feel like that's holding back kids, not having a shot clock. That's holding kids can't. Man, how was your first day? How was your first day?
First year of college.
Yeah, how was your first year of college? How was your year over here? You're like, damn, 30 seconds.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get this rebound. What is that? I'm gonna be mad.
Not even that, as a point guard, having to pay attention to not only the game clock, but the shot clock too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta get right mentally in college, bro. You have to get right, because there's too many factors that go into the game.
And you can't come out here 3 jabbing, 5 dribble. That's 5 seconds. Now we got 20, I'm saying 25. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
But what messes that up though is that they grow up playing that kind of basketball.
Playing that way
the whole time. You feel me? They grow up that, and not to even go back to tea time, but that's what we change it. It's like, yo, let me teach you how to play the game the right way. So when you do get that coach you really need or whatever, you have the actual skill to let your athleticism thrive. Otherwise, you just learn a one-on-one style of game, and then you get put into a coach's system on top of the shot clock, on top of the school schedule. How was your body after the first week of weights?
Yeah, bruh. What? I thought I was prepared for college.
Who wanted to actually go to class after you had weights? Like,
exactly.
Nobody.
I was the one shell shocked from going to high school, which was, I love Coach Eck, you know what I'm saying? I love him to death, but like, he was a real player's coach. Like, he was saying, you work out on your own, you get better on your own. We're gonna see in practice who's there, who's ready, and they're gonna be ready to play. You know what I'm saying?
How does that help your team though?
To me, it helped us because it made us, you know what I'm saying, accountable, and made people get in the gym. Like, we was in the gym late hours, you know what I'm saying? I'm hearing ghosts and shit in the Hutch gym. I'm like, oh, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? So it's like, when that happens, you either gonna do it or you're not. So that's like, it's a different type of coaching style. It's not an enabler, but you're not making somebody doing it. So it's like an in between. So like
in high school, I feel like coaches force you to do that. In college, at that point, these are all the best players. Yeah. Each of these people is like the best people
in their area.
So at that point, you're accountable for staying the best player. I'm not babying you or doing nothing like that. So that can be a good thing too.
I think and especially when it comes to on your body and not even on your body, on your mental, because mental health and physical health is one. You know what I'm saying? you should take those just as serious as one another. So when I'm waking up, and I know Neil did the same thing, when I'm waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm watching the sun come up in California, you know what I'm saying, after not doing any conditioning or nothing in Hutch, and then going to weights, and then going to practice, and then having yoga after that, and then going walking all the way up to a campus that's 4 times the size of Disney World, and then you're going to class, and then having to study, and then wake up, go find time to eat in between all that, and then come back and then do it again. You kind of become a superhuman though. Yeah. It's not even like we talk about it right now, and it might sound like we're complaining about it, but like it was one of those things like that shit was hard, and it molds you to something. And that's what something. I was watching Winning Time, and it was like the dude that broke the world record in the mile. He wasn't even a runner. He was a scientist. He just said in his head like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and he did it. So it's like if you just keep speaking that into the air, that positive reassurance, then you're gonna do that shit.
You're gonna find a way to do it.
No, definitely.
For real. I used to think it was cliche when people would post that video. If you believe as bad as you want to breathe, or what he said like that, then you can achieve it for real. Like if you wanna succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll do it. And I'm like, everybody just posting that, but that shit is facts.
No,
if you keep telling yourself this shit's gonna happen, I'm gonna make it. You gonna find a way to make it happen.
And just like on the opposite coin, if you say you can't do it, you can't do it. You can't do it. That's why I tell my kids, like, hey, I can't. Hey, you can't do it. First of all, like you said, first of all, you're gonna run until you can. Until you say in your head you can do it. Because you're gonna do it. And then when you say you can't do it, you're gonna look at me like, oh my God, you're the greatest. No, you're the greatest. Like all you have to do is just tell yourself you can do it.
Quit telling yourself you can do it. Like,
so.
So would y'all say that would be y'all goal in coaching? Because I know y'all both in coaching. So is that why y'all went into coaching? Just because you want to see the game played the right way? You want to see a change in the game and all that? Like, would y'all say that?
I would say I went into coaching because growing up.
I do need something. So I'll get some.
I just need a refresher.
I got something here.
No, I don't need water. I just need a chaser part. Not that. So the reason I went into coaching.
That's in the fridge.
The reason I went into coaching was mostly because I was an underdog, and having to do it all on my own, got me to where I was and got me to where I wanted to be and all that. But I didn't have nobody who really would push and motivate me.
You had to be that for yourself.
Like you had to be that for yourself, and even though. You feel me? My pops was a great motivator. You feel me? My pops wasn't a hooper. You feel me? So he only knew so much about what he watched. And as a kid, if your dad wasn't a hooper or the person in your life, your mentor, your guardian wasn't a hooper, right? You start hitting 5th grade, 6th grade, knowing you can beat them. It's like once I know I can beat you, I ain't really listening to nothing else you gotta say. You feel me? And so I was like, but you know what? If I had a me growing up, I think I would have went so much farther. I think a lot of us,
I see that all the time, bro.
You feel me? A me or a us that could really come back and teach you how to play the game the right way while still being yourself. You feel me? Still being as fruitful as you want to be, flashy and all that, but you know how to play the game the right way. I'm like, a lot of guys around the city would have went a lot further with their career.
That's what, and we say that all the time.
Higher colleges, like more so what they feel like they should get. Most guys, players, feel like they should be at a level they don't work for.
Facts.
You feel me?
Everybody in their bios, D1 bound.
Everybody in their bios.
Hey, when we was younger, that was the thing. Everybody had D1 bound.
Everybody. And I'm like,
future Duke commit.
Yeah.
Do you feel me? Do you work for that though? You feel me? Like, do you honestly put those hours in? Because I tell kids all the time, like, you're not D1, and this is why. Because you don't put in D1 hours in the gym. Yeah. You feel me? D1 players are in the gym all the time, bro. They're always practicing and bettering at their craft. D2's the same way. Like, I didn't even realize.
Look, I think some of that play a part in I ain't gonna say like exposure, but exposure and connections too. Though.
They do.
It's like I know a lot of people that went D1 or D2 all because of the AAU team they played for.
100%.
And then when it averaged 1-2 points a game.
Oh, right, 100%.
Like so, I mean,
that's what people had like the
it's two sides.
misconnotation about like even my game, like even how I came from. It's like, bro, I went to JUCO and like. I was a cutter, slasher, into the rim. But when I went to LA, I had to learn how to score. I had to learn how to score with the ball in my hand. Where I wasn't gonna score. You know what I'm saying? Like where it wasn't gonna be. It wasn't even something like. But you got to be able to score off the dribble. Like you got to be able to do some, or make somebody better do something off the dribble. So like that's one thing that I got back to in my roots because that's one thing I did with Nodi. That's one thing I did love about Nodi. He always put the ball in my hands. You know what I'm saying? No matter what position, everybody was the same position. It was no position. It was positionless basketball. Positionless basketball before there was, you know what I'm saying, before that. And that's what I hate about like what's going on now is because my game is the same as Draymond Green or the same as these undersized dudes that can do everything. Yeah. They can rebound, they can pass, they can shoot, they can, you know what I'm saying, they can do everything. They can lock up on defense, you know what I'm saying? They can do it, they're motivators, whatever. That's the catalyst of teams right now. Like you look at that, you know what I'm saying? Bruce Brown for the Nets getting contract for doing that. For doing that. Dudes on the, you know what I'm saying, the Suns, light-skinned cat, I forgot his name is, from North Carolina, getting paid to do that. Like Cam, whatever his name is. Cam Johnson. Yeah, Cam Johnson. You know what I'm saying? He's getting paid to do that. Like that's something that they're getting paid to do that. So it's like when you look at it with the stigma, and that's why I love about this guy. I'll 100% say that is that like we push that towards these kids. We teaching kids how to not just be one person, how to be themselves.
You gotta be versatile,
bro. Versatile. You can't just be one thing. You can't go into a situation in life and be one way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I'll never forget, bro, my freshman year of college, bro. My game's the same way. In high school, people knew I can catch and shoot in the corner. I was a corner shooter. That was it. I couldn't shoot from nowhere else from the three. I was a mid-range shooter and a slasher. Like that's all I used to do. I'd take a mid-range over a three. Yeah. And my coach used to hate that shit, but it was money. Bro. And not even that, bro. Like when I got to college, my coach, I struggled the first half of the season. I struggled. I wasn't what he thought I was gonna be. He looked me in my eyes and told me before I went to Christmas break, if you can't make a jumper, you will not play for me. Yeah. You will never start for me. I'm gonna tell you how to start lineup if you cannot make a jumper, because teams are helping off of you. You making it harder for us. They not even guarding you. Not that I couldn't shoot, I just wasn't shooting. Yeah. Nigga, when I say I got in the gym, shout out Damo Johnson. That's my dog. I got in the gym with Damo, and when I say I was shooting over 1,000 shots a day off the dribble, in the corner, everywhere. Nigga, I came back and averaged 16 points a game, second half of the season.
Shout out. I'm not gonna say that. You said that. Shout out All in Simplest. Shout out Ken Najima. Hey, my guys right there, man. My guys.
Just so you know, averaging 16, you are scoring points.
Scoring.
Because in order to average 16, you gotta
drop the average like 30. You gotta drop a 30 ball in there one time.
18 to 22 on a regular night. It's gotta be at least 130 and then 190.
So this is what I told myself. I said, all right, I don't shoot enough threes. I gotta shoot at least 6 threes a game. If I make 3, that's 50%. If I shoot 6 threes a game, that's one bunch of points. I know I'm gonna score in transition. I'm getting 8 to 10 points in transition easily every day. So if I hit a couple threes, boom, there go my 16 to 20 right there. So I mean,
like 12 minutes.
And I barely came out the game, so that's, you feel me? So that was kind of easy. So
I'm telling you, you break the game down. That's how my dad broke that down to me in college. You get 2 offensive rebounds, you put those back up. That's 4.
It's crazy how we can do that.
You're saying you get a defensive rebound, you push it up by yourself twice. That's another 4. That's 8 points. Yeah. You catch and shoot 2 threes. That's 6. Now you got 14.
You got a chance.
You know what I'm saying?
If you shoot 6, you got a chance to make 6.
You know what I'm saying?
You feel me? I was only shooting like 2 threes a game. If you shoot 6, you got a chance to make 6.
Get to the line twice. That's 4 points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Damn, you got 20, bro. You got 18, 20. You just gotta break the game down.
We talked about the free throws.
No, yeah, exactly.
I ain't gonna cap. That's what I struggled with. In high school, I made free throws. College, I don't know what the fuck was going on. I couldn't make free throws.
T-time workout. You can't get out of the gym with at least 50 made before you leave.
Bro, that's the thing. I would shoot free throws and everything, but I would shoot.
It's a mental thing, man.
Yeah, that's all it was.
It's a mental thing. If it's in your head that you're gonna miss it, you're gonna miss it.
Facts.
It's one of those things that's so easy, especially for a jump shot shoot. You be like, you go there and be like, it's an easy 15 footer. This bang.
Clank. You feel me? Like I was in my head. I'm like, I'm supposed to make this. It's like when I think about it, I miss. When I just shoot, I make it every fucking time.
Facts.
But just going back to that, like I had to change my whole fucking game, and I think that kind of helped me in the better. Like because I mean, I don't think I ever played against you when I was like, you know, training and shit every day and shit. When I played against him, that's when I was back home from college and shit.
Yeah, I didn't. So that's the one thing that was not even a blessing. Like when I went to any school I was at, like I never really came home. And if I came home, it was for some time for like 2 weeks, and I was really just like in the gym with him and BJ and my little brother Kendall. Yeah. Shout out to them, BJ Watson and Kendall Spencer. Just like those dudes helped us get to where we were at, especially in our D1s and his professional.
I always wanted that, bro. So I feel like a lot of niggas in Kansas City, bro. It's definitely different in Kansas. Let me just say that now. Yeah. I applaud y'all for that. Y'all niggas help each other out.
Oh.
In KC, bro. Yeah. In KC, like I feel like niggas feel like, I feel like niggas feel like they have to be in competition with you all because y'all both hoop. Like, bro, you can come work out with me.
Yes,
I always had that ball, bro.
Up.
My whole life, I always had that. If a nigga come to me, I'm gonna help you out. I don't give a fuck if you better than me. You feel me? If you want to work out with me, I'm gonna do that with you. But I feel like in KC, a lot of people saw you as a threat if you was better than them, and y'all both was a point guard.
No, definitely.
Or if you was better than him, and y'all both in the same class type shit. Like, bro, I feel like in Kansas, y'all come together. Y'all work out together. Y'all play on the same AAU teams and all this stuff.
And but you gotta think about this though. In Kansas City, Missouri, bro, there's so many hoopers. Like, and it's damn near really embedded in y'all's mind that you gotta be better than him if you want to make it to the spot. Because really it's only one spot. And if you don't get it, then you ain't gonna go. So it's all competition, which is definitely there. But in Kansas City, Kansas, we don't have the variety of hoopers y'all have. Like the athleticism is not like that on our side. Like even, you feel me, Tyon Grant Foster, which shout out to Tyon, he ain't really become like that till he became a JUCO product. Bro, you feel me? And
I used to see Tyon at fucking Bethany Gym every single day, bro. When they told me he was at what, Indian Hills, I said that was little Tyon from Bethany.
Right, and when he got
going
there,
fast.
you feel me? He done turned up to a whole different person. Yeah. But in Kansas City, Kansas, that's rare that we get a freaking ball. We can name right now 10 great hoopers out of Kansas City, Missouri. We can't do that for Kansas City, Kansas. And a lot of us didn't even get to watch Earl Watson.
Or even Larry Drew. Like,
Larry Drew. Facts. I
wasn't even alive when Larry Drew was at Wyandotte.
The best I got to see was Jeff Hawkins.
Yeah.
Who went to KU straight out of high school, where he was amazing to watch. But that's the last real life. Yo, he was just fire. Like, yo, he was fire. He could hoop. But then you go over to the Missouri side, you got George Ellis, Reggie Chamberlain. You got Blue Davis, Ron Fletcher, Marcus Denby, Marcus Walford.
Flex was tough. Flex was my favorite.
Bro, we just Mike Cram, bro. We just went down a whole list. I just named off 9 in less than 10 seconds. Alec Burks, bro. Who was remarkable. That's 10 right there. We just ran off in a row.
We could at least put another team
in
their place.
And the one thing I will say is that we do have, like, I just feel like our games are just like so much different.
It's so much different, bro.
I feel like our games are more on skill set and footwork and just like not
KC be like
dogs. I'm saying like in KC, Missouri, I'm saying like you look at Tyler Kalinowski. You know what I'm saying? You look at the Marquise Addison. You know what I'm saying? You look at the Javion Blakes. You know what I'm saying? You look at all. I can keep going. I know these. You know what I'm saying? We know them.
Yeah.
We know who they are.
Yeah.
We just don't. Not to say that. Like I put Marcus on the same. Like Marcus is a bucket, bro.
Marcus is a bucket.
Marcus is a bucket. Tyler Kalinowski is a bucket, bro. Siobhan Shields is a bucket. Billy Colley is a bucket. Like these dudes are just different players, and that's what I I wouldn't say that we don't have the same, because I believe that we have one and the same. That's why I believe that this Spence League is going to be so amazing, because that's, bro, you look at that, we have Missouri and Kansas.
It's really different. Like,
it's the state line shutdown.
Yeah, really.
And we might have to have an all-star game.
Kansas versus we might
That's the best thing about this too. Is like with the playoffs and with everything that's happening, like we can still do all that. Obviously, the people like in my All-Star game, I want the people that didn't play in the championship to play. Because I feel like
Facts.
you know what I'm saying. I don't want the people that played in the championship game to play in the All-Star game. I want them to get recognition for being an All-Star. Yes, just like football. I feel what I'm saying, but I also want some of my other dudes to get some shine. You know what I'm saying? It's tough when you have an All-Star game and then you have a championship game. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have an All-Star game and then you have a championship game, like kind of like close to each other.
With the league, bro, because you got niggas like De'Aaron Fox, who's stuck on a terrible team, but easily one of the best point guards in the league. Easily. You feel me? You got niggas in that situation. Buddy Hield numbers has been crazy. When he's in fucking Sacramento. You feel me? Like, I like that. I feel like the NBA need to do something like that. Like, with all these extra events they added and stuff, y'all need to show more recognition on these for these individuals.
No, they didn't have like a losing team tournament.
At the end of the day, like,
give them something to play for.
That makes the superstar though, don't it?
Yeah,
facts.
Well, one thing crazy, like, and it's really like bullcrap. You feel me? Because they are on bad teams. But you feel me? Coming from somebody who's been on a bad team, you feel when I was in England, bro, Plymouth Raiders, bro, I was on the third worst team in the league. And it really brings to light how much you really do, but how much more you gotta do. Feel me? I was getting paid nickels and dimes compared to that. But your son's really putting millions in your pocket. And that's where you actually wanna be. You wanna be De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield in Sacramento and bring them up, because if you're not, you're the third or fourth option somewhere else. Because everybody's already
now
set.
You're the big fish in a small pond.
You're the big fish in a small pond that can be the next Boston, bro. Boston been getting to the fucking Eastern Conference Finals, the semifinals for 4 or 5 years.
Golden State was
the same way, bro.
Big fish in a small pond. I'm sorry. They made themselves into that.
Even with Monte Ellis and Baron Davis,
bro.
They was exciting to watch, but they still wasn't a household team. You feel me, or nothing like that. Steph and them changed that narrative for real.
They did, high key, and when you change that narrative, you change it for good. Like, y'all just there. You feel me? Then over time, let Sacramento fool around and sneak to a Western Conference final. One of these superstars is going to go there.
End up going to Sacramento.
Right. Like, you know what? I'm trying to get paid, and I'm trying to go somewhere where I can.
They need to just bring them back to KC, man. We take them out
as well. KC. They bring them back to KC. I'm trying now.
That's a great thing. That's one of the things too. Like, Kansas City need, like, in order for us to become like an elite
basketball
culture again, like we were, like, because if you look at, like, Larry Drew didn't just go to the NBA because there was the Kings were in town when he was, you know what I'm saying? He just got to see the Kings play. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was one thing that correlates. He got to see Nate Archibald play. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that you look at it, that's invaluable lessons. Even the ticket that you're paying to watch that game, it still doesn't sum up the value of the game that you're getting by watching it. So it's like being able to go right downtown and just watch the NBA game, 82 games out of the year for some of these kids.
That would
be amazing.
That would be life-changing.
It'd be amazing. So it's like, it had playoff games in there too.
That'd be lit.
What?
That'd
be more lit than a Chiefs game.
Bro, Chiefs game.
For sure. It's an
NBA team winning in Kansas City would blow this. Hold on. I want to say blow it up. But the city would blow up. It would blow the roof off the T-Mobile Center. Oh my God.
Not even that. They bring in a streetcar. They bring in all this stuff. Like, KC is on the rise. They saying about like 2026. Like, it's gonna be some crazy shit.
Bro, but think about it though. Kansas City
would literally, a basketball team, I feel like would literally
take it to the next level.
Take that next level.
You gotta think about it. Kansas City is the center of America. You take 2 to 2.5 hours max to get here from the furthest part, east, west, north, south, east, and west. Where you coming from New York, it's a 2.5 hour, 2:45 flight. If you come straight here. LA, California is the exact same thing. Chicago and Florida is closer. That's maybe an hour 30, hour 45, depending on which airline you get. Like, we the center of everything. So you bring a basketball
team here, I feel like.
Bro, hey, high key, we got the Chiefs is taking over stuff. Royals won a World Series not too long ago.
Yeah, 2015.
You feel me? 2015, 7 years ago. That's not long for baseball.
But not even that, bro. You remember when the New Orleans Hornets, before they changed the Charlotte, somebody in KC was about to buy the Hornets.
Yeah.
He was closing in on the sale. If we would have got Chris Paul, that would have been hard, bro.
But we in the talks right now for because they was thinking about taking
2 teams.
Yeah,
Seattle, right?
Seattle
and the second one's kind of up for grabs, but it's just sick because like when you look at the placement, and I don't even mean to be mean or nothing like that, but like Missouri's done a terrible job with like fucking doing the placement of like where Arrowhead is, where Royals are, like
that's
terrible. Like,
bro,
I'm sorry.
they got moved out to KCK.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Bro,
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
like,
wait, they about to go to the Royals?
They posted.
No, the Royals are going to downtown Kansas City. The Chiefs might go to Kansas City.
Honestly, bro, wherever the Chiefs are, it's gonna be fire. And if they are near the Legends, bro, that's tourist mania. That's brilliant. Last card, when they bring the Indy here,
how
brings in millions of people, bro.
How long has the stadium been out here in the heck, bro? I've seen abandoned, you know what I'm saying, hotels across the street.
Right across the street.
Bro, that don't make no sense. And the owner is like one of the biggest developers like in Texas, in Frisco, Texas. So it's like you look at what Frisco, Texas looks like, you look like what Raytown looks like, doesn't look anything like that.
Yeah,
so it's like,
but they bring it up to Kansas City next to the Sporting KC is out there. The T-Bones is out there. The
and not even that, I can't think about times where I've been out of town and seen the stadium not downtown.
Right.
Like the sports stadium
it's
not
not
downtown.
near the nightlife.
Yeah,
like there is no nightlife.
You go from downtown to gotta drive 10 minutes
at least
to the fucking stadium.
45.
You gotta get an Uber.
You might not get out the stadium if you don't leave that joint before the fourth quarter ends.
Exactly.
On me. But I keep
I don't know, man. So kind of getting back to it, but what do y'all think about basketball culture in KC now? Like, you know what I'm saying? What would y'all compared to when y'all was playing? Like,
shoot. Compared to when we was playing, I would say it's more flashy now versus more gritty.
Everything for the camera.
You feel me? Like when we was coming up, we didn't actually have the power of social media, bro. Getting a highlight tape made was difficult. You feel me? You had to go through like an agency or something like that to get a highlight tape made for colleges, and which was all a money grabber. You feel me? And now you go on the internet, you make your own joint, but you also got guys getting a lot of recognition because of a good game they had, but the highlights were immaculate for them. You feel me? So I would say when we was coming up, we was so much more gritty and grindy. Like picking up full court was a regular thing for us. I'm guarding you full court, like you not scoring. Defensive minded teams and players we was, like that was an actual thing every day. I feel like now it's all about offense.
So you feel like it was harder back then?
Heck yes, much harder, way harder. Because coaches were on that same type of vibe, like, yo, we're picking up. We got it. You playing the hard way or you not playing at all. I feel like now, if you can score a little bit,
you not having defense don't matter.
It don't matter. If you can score,
fast.
I don't need you to guard. You feel me? So I think it was a little bit harder back in our day.
What do you think, Gabriel?
I'm 100%. Like I look at these, I play against them every day. So because I coach high school kids, so I play against them every day. I would average 50. You know what I'm saying? Not even trying to be, just because like I don't settle. So like. Only reason when that's what kids like don't understand, like, oh, I love when you step back, I love it. I do these moves because it's a counter to me getting cut off. You know what I'm saying? Someone was better than me at that moment, so I had to make another move so that I couldn't. So if I'm in high school right now, I'm making one move. I'm getting to the lane, playing off 2 feet, pump faking, whatever. Get into the lane. I'm at the free throw line, probably shooting 12 free throws a game.
Yeah,
at least.
I was just talking to my little cousin yesterday. We do this landscaping gig together. And he was telling me basically talking about, what he be working on and everything. I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, I got handles and everything, but that's only for when people picking me up full court or if I'm getting trapped. Yeah. I had 3 go-to moves in college. Jab cross, step back, or pullback.
Yeah.
All counter moves to you cutting me up. Like you said, I literally said the same exact thing to him. I mean, if I do that jab cross, I'm going into a pull up, or jab cross, I'm going right by you.
Yeah.
Getting fouled, going to the free throw line. I'm like, I feel like y'all, bro. I said, no disrespect to you, bro. You shorter than me, and you working on fadeaways.
That makes sense.
You working on
You're not gonna
post
shoot that
moves.
shot.
You're not gonna do that in the game.
No.
Shoot that
If
shot.
I see you posting up, I'm beating it. Sorry, pause. I'm beating that shot to the stands. Like, it's just like,
and that's one.
and you're doing yourself a disservice. Like,
yeah,
what?
why wouldn't you play?
Why wouldn't you
play to your
go
advantage?
yell at somebody?
Why wouldn't you play to your
And
advantage?
that's the thing that kills me about like some of these trainers, bro.
They not training kids based off their game. They just doing shit
They see on this. Cause I have some kids, bro. I promise you, I have kids that are with other trainers and whatnot. And when they come to practice or we in game, and they do that little off balance 1 foot layup, yo son, I lose my mind. And they like, you know what I learned? I said, bro, I don't care what he's teaching you. You don't have the power, the strength, or the actual accuracy to make that shot. You feel me? When you see Kyrie do that, it's because he's been doing that for years. You trying that now all because your trainer, who can't do that, is trying to teach you to do that because he think that's what you want to see. That ain't beneficial to the kid.
Yeah, and
that's beneficial to his pocket.
That's a big thing in Kansas City. Like,
major
and
thing.
I hate like that you have to like check some people that like do it too, because it's like, bro, what is this trainer's background? Like, what did he do?
Yeah.
What's his resume, first of all? Because that's what, especially, that's something that I want to bring to the forefront. That's the reason why I think it's popping so much, and people, how do I get it? What's your resume?
Yeah.
What are you saying? Like, when you go to a job interview, they ask you what's your resume. What they ask you what you
Some
did.
people get offended by that.
No,
I'm
it's
like,
like,
yo, either you got it or you don't. And that ain't no Hollywood shit. I never heard it called Hollywood. Not you specifically, but I'm talking about like when niggas say, where you be hooping at? I'm like, yeah, they be doing like invite runs, all that Hollywood shit.
Yeah.
It ain't Hollywood, bro. You
Exactly.
gotta have high quality runs.
That's automatically, that person right there is a bum.
Exactly.
I'm not even gonna be like that, but it's
look,
like,
I bullshit you know. When I seen J2 first going to the 7 a.m. runs, and I was like, damn, them look like all hoopers. I need to be there. He was like, I gotta ask AJ, blah, blah. I'm like, bet, just let me know. He was like, he be checking niggas' resume. I said, bet. I had no words.
yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. And that's the one thing, like, I don't want someone to like, bro, you know, how many times, I mean, when we're playing, obviously.
I know, bro.
Yeah. When we're playing, obviously, I be talking shit. I be like, yo, I'm that nigga. Like, but when I'm out in the streets, am I screaming? Yeah, I'm a basketball. People have to ask me if I'm a basketball player. Like, are you like? You will never know.
I swear, before ball up, bro, I had never.
Exactly. So it's like something like that.
People don't know, you got so much better when you.
No, yeah.
Out of college.
But that's not even anything to explain. Now people know what Spence League is, and when they see my face and they see who it is, they see this person's running this.
MVP.
No, but I'm saying they're looking at the res. That's automatically the resume. It's the resume. It's the resume. So it's like, I'm not. This is not no bullshit thing. Like, this is something that's gone. Yes, it has part of my last name, but it's named after my dad, just like the Drew League is named after, you know what I'm saying, someone that they found dear to them in the Drew League. So it's like, this is something that I want to build off of in terms of endearment, and I can only imagine what it's going to blossom into, and having, like I said, the legends that we've had there, and Neil and Neil Watson and George.
Ish is supposed to be pulling up.
Yeah, Ish is going to be pulling up.
Ishmael Wainwright's supposed to be pulling up.
Man, who knows?
Which, hey, Ahmad don't really get his. I be sick watching him really hoop and ball up, because he really don't be trying to kill. And when he come and play with us, he be trying to kill, bro. And he keeps turning.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I seen bro post. He was like, somebody had a league or a team coming up, was like, should I try? I said, bro, you still got that shit, bro. I literally slid up, and I ain't one of them. I'll type this nigga long man, bro. You definitely still got that shit, bro. Like, you just don't try, bro. You still be young, nigga. We the same man. We grew up playing against each other, bro.
He only bring it when he come play.
Yeah, when he comes to the Spence, that go back to what I said. Niggas know they can't come in there and bullshit. You feel me?
We had a few people come in there on some like,
they got humble.
Where they from?
Hey, you know what? Hey, man, it's people been there got humble real quick.
Yeah.
But But it's like that's the type of culture we want it to be though. You feel me? Right now it's gonna be all us guys that already graduated with shout out the NAI level. Because I dead ass did not know nothing about that growing up. I wasn't recruited or nothing like that from NAI school. And
they don't really do much recruiting.
They don't.
They get on the delinquents.
They do. And then BJ went out of JUCO, and I was like, okay, like this is cool. Became an All-American. Now I'm coaching there at Park University. It's like, yo, it is some hoopers there.
All the dudes that didn't have the grades or the connections and exposure
like,
to go D1 or D2.
They can hoop down here, which you can also go pro from that level because I didn't have mine.
Scottie Pippen went to NAI,
bro. I went to a D1 university and everybody knows that. But when I went to John Lucas and played, I got my tail busted.
We beat Creighton.
Bro,
we beat Creighton.
I'm saying, and that's why a lot of Division I's don't want to play in their high school. Because you get clipped by them, what you look like. And NAIA schools are tough, bro.
I was scared to put us on the schedule.
Bro, they're tough. NAIA schools are tough. Literally, I didn't even forget my point going on about that. Well, like, bro, Jason Tatum just really like hustled for that ball.
Yeah, that nigga slid all the way out of that. That really got
he really became one of my favorite players.
Bro, he took a step this year, all because he do more than just score the basketball.
Yeah, he do.
That go back to what you were saying. He guard now. He trying to create more. He actually broke the game down, bro. I used to get mad because everybody was saying Jason Tatum is this and that, but I'm like, bro, if he's not doing nothing other than scoring, what do he bring to the game?
Yeah, he did.
It's easy for us to be spectators and see that shit. He's definitely way better than me, 100 times better than me. You feel me? But I see weaknesses, you know, when they got all your fucking games on TV.
Yeah. But when you outside the game now, you can see it clearly.
See it too.
It gets you right. You feel me? That's why when we play at Spence League, it's down in my point. You really gotta be prepared.
It's so much stuff like
you get hit with some screens.
Oh man.
Screen be real.
Duke big ass screen.
Bro.
Duke!
Jordan. Shout out Duke, bro.
Just that's what I'm saying. Just wait. Not even saying just wait, but like it's
when it started.
When it started, it's gonna be something that's when 5:15 hit. The first game get.
So what is your like ultimate goal for Spence League? Like your overall goal? Like what can you see right now?
I can see, you know what I'm saying, kids coming back and staying at home, or kids, you know what I'm saying, getting more notoriety or getting to go where they want, or having a good summer in this dead period, which some of it is in the dead period. So, and then obviously moving into, you know what I'm saying, high school. You know what I'm saying, moving into grade school, having Spence League for them, and you know what I'm saying, really promoting this good basketball. Cause I don't feel like it's something like tea time, because we already have tea time.
Yeah.
I feel like tea time is something that we can have in Spence League, but we can have it at all different levels and all different grades. And so that then when kids are coming up, like, I played in Spence League, you know what I'm saying, in middle school league, and now look, you know what I'm saying, look at me. I went all the way through high school, got to college, now I'm in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? This helped me to where
so they can pay that homage when they get to where they go.
But that's not even what it's about, but it's just like it's about having somebody, having that guideline, and having that safe haven to where you can go play basketball and play it the right way, learn it the right way, and you're just getting nothing but 100% pros instead of cons. Yeah. So that's my vision for the league, and it's only gonna blossom into more and more things.
And I feel like it's heading that way too, though, bro. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
But it's been times where, I get caught up playing. Once you out of college for some years, you get caught up playing pickup at a bunch of different places, and sometimes niggas not as good as you, so you do gotta create more or whatever. When I have days where I'm trying to do that at your runs, it don't get you nowhere, because then y'all niggas get the rebound, y'all pushing, y'all run. Neil run the baseline, Spence pushing, kicking it out. It's like it's crazy, bro. Like, I'm just like, you can't play like that. You gotta play the right way and take good shots, or you gonna get your ass ran.
Because a game to 7 is
every possession counts,
bro. I
realize that.
We done had our days when we like
before shots, before threes, bang, 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 bang. Oh damn, that's 8 points.
Yeah,
out.
Lose the court.
Yeah.
Bro, you can't catch a win on the winner's court. Like, you can't even get to the winner's court because everybody giving up a point or half a point on a missed layup.
And I meant to rock with you about that, bro. That third court, the stage court.
Yeah.
I don't think that's like good. Just because niggas know if I lose this game, I still got another game.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I think niggas knowing that if you go to the loser score and you lose and you gotta sit, that's gonna keep the games competitive. You feel me? That's gonna make me.
I just did it for the fact that I wanted to it had nothing to do with the league, just more of a spreading and getting more people involved because 25 guys, when 25 guys are all playing in the league, you know what I'm saying, that's hard because they all know what it's about. And there's fucking 40 more guys that need to know what the Spence League is about. So like that's when it gets, and that's why sometimes I'll be thinking about let me just invite 30 dudes and only have 2 courts. And then let's see what's up. You know what I'm saying? Because then dudes got to sit off for 2 games. And see who's still involved. But then we're promoting not stretching, not loose, and not, you know what I'm saying? It's just a different way of me looking at it. So it's like there's a lot of things you can say about it or do with it, but that's the one thing I love about it is that you're still playing basketball. And it's still good basketball. Even if it's on that losing court, it's still good. Like you're fighting to not be sitting off on that losing court.
Facts.
In cases, those are, you know, a lot of them really, really good runners because, bro, we're not trying to lose.
You ain't trying to lose, so you're going to play hard every possession.
How many times people come into us, I love playing against y'all because y'all play hard as hell.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with like, I don't want to play against you. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
You hit me a few times down there, I'm picking you up full court. Like, nah, we got to stop all that words.
And that's the same thing, like, it's...
Bro, you, Boo, and so I think...
Shout out
BJ
Boo.
and BJ Watson.
Pick me up full court every time I fucking play, yo. And it's to the point where it's like not even to even let me catch.
Like,
give it to somebody else.
Nah, because he get to going off that screen, bro.
It's
hard to get over. And that's another thing, like, just going to Spence League. And
you gonna guard, if you a guard, you gonna fight through 5 screens.
You got to.
And
on top of that, it teaches you really, you have to get over screens.
If you want to play in the league or you want to play any professional thing, any high level basketball, you have to get over screens.
You have to get over ball screens, yo. And then bigs gotta learn how to head screen. Because how many times, bro, you playing great defense on Rich, and that screen come up and the big is too far off, or he come off one dribble back. You feel me? Or the big is too slow, and he do that damn hezzy, and then he buy you to the rim. Like you got so many guys, that play the game the right way. That was good.
But nah, I ain't gonna cap. One of the best people I see in the pick and roll, like shout out Ant Woods in the pick and roll.
Hey, he tea time.
He tea time.
Yeah. Ant put in at least 3 or 4 months with tea time. Shout out Ant Woods, baby. He was really cooking for like 2 weeks in the Spence League. Like,
bro, running the fucking Williams score, bro.
Wasn't losing, bro. Hitting everybody with fadeaway.
That's what I love about, like, there's so much like that. Like someone will run it for 2 weeks. And then they'll go off. You know what I'm saying? They'll change it next week. Someone will run it for a week. Then someone will run it for a different week. Then someone will go on it for 2 weeks again. So it's like, it's that high level basketball is just like so amazing.
And they give people something to play for.
Oh yeah.
Niggas want that post.
They want that post.
They want that post at the end
Winners
of the day. They want that post.
We look forward to the winners of the day.
And I look forward to posting it. That's what it's been like. Everybody's, you know what I'm saying, not even to say like people have been asking this and that about what they need and what they want, but it's like this has kind of been like a one-man army plus a couple people. So like when it comes to like the graphic designing, it's all been me. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to some of the video editing, it's been me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you have to do that. But then when you have the support of our sponsors, it makes it so much lighter, and that's why I can't wait until next year, so that even the sponsors this year get rewarded by more sponsors coming in, so that they don't have to, you know, carry the burden that they had to do this year. You not to say it's a burden because they believe in what we're doing here, but it's been so amazing, man. Like I can't even imagine after this first week, just because like I already knew when my principal came up to me and asked me. Like when I get my shirt for Spence, I was like, man, this up. It's up. Like I haven't even said anything about it to him. They already know about it. So it's like, And the fact that they let me rock and they let me do my thing and stuff like that
That's
amazing.
love,
It's been
that's
amazing.
the biggest part.
It's been amazing. Like obviously they showing me
The
discounts
venue.
and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
but at the same time, like for them to let me have this there, they don't have to do that. They can say no. It don't matter how much money I'm offering to charge or whatever. They don't have to do it. So it's amazing. For shout out my AD Angelo Giacalone, like one of the best ADs in Kansas. Like I can't even cap with you, and that's the reason why our basketball team is so successful now. So, and that's I can attribute that to Spence League, and so it's only gonna blossom from here. So
That's what's up. So who went in the league?
You know, hey, I'm choosing tea time only because, well, not only because I got, you feel me, AJ with me, but because the last real summer league that happened in KC is legit. My team won.
What that got to do with now, though?
I'm better.
See, this team is
better
way.
now
This
than
team,
you was when you was younger?
I'm better now.
But not even that. This,
I don't know, Neil. That's tough.
I'm dunking now.
Bro, you're not dunking in the game, bro.
Hey, be careful. You know that
I'm gonna move out the
adrenaline.
way.
Ah,
I'm
you know that adrenaline keep going, and the thing, you know, of course, you know, we all competitors, so we're gonna say our team
Say y'all
gonna win.
team, yeah. It was just one of them funny questions.
Yeah, it's really though, like, it's really some teams in here, bro. Like, it's really some teams, and because I was looking at the schedule today, and I'm like, all right, you know, looking at One Legacy.
Yeah, my fault. I just had to.
Looking at One Legacy,
No, my fault for texting on that thing.
Oh, you sure?
it's you know, One Legacy looks straight, bro. They look good. Limits None looks good, bro. Freaking Olathe's Finest, that's a fire team as well. You feel me?
I feel like we might be the dark horses, man. We got like a solid team. Like I feel like a lot of other people have like
pieces,
like
bro.
pieces, like the perfect,
pieces, yes.
like the perfect makeup type
Pieces.
shit.
I think what's really, I think.
Oh yeah.
I think
Hey,
the really good thing about them all is that everybody don't only just know each other, we all hoop with each other.
Yeah.
So no matter if we looking at somebody that looks smaller than us, they've been playing open gym, whatever. They've been playing together, bro. So they know each other.
Yeah.
They know where
They
gonna
know
be.
tendencies.
Yes,
they know how
facts.
to play.
Like they know when somebody gamble, they gonna be there for help. Like who gonna rebound, who not.
Yeah.
Like when you know your team,
And making plays that
it
you
make
know
you-
what you need to do
facts.
and what not to do, and this and that.
facts, and it changes things. Like it actually changes things. So I think like we'll be good because we got a little.
A little bit of everything. Y'all
got
team really like really in all areas.
Got to split up a little bit, but we also know that you feel me. We gonna have to guard. That's what I really look forward to. Is that bro, we're not gonna have no night where you just like, all right, I can just let him shoot. You feel me? Like I know when I played in the Dream League not too long ago. You feel
Living
me?
the dream.
Living the dream. Fact.
Yeah.
Like you have your nights where like you can just let people shoot. Like he's scout report, he's missing that.
Yeah.
Or ball up 4 years ago because it was like 30-something teams. So you had teams that were really trash.
Yeah.
So you be like,
You have that many. You like,
facts,
that's
like,
easy
I don't
game.
need to guard him like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like in the Spence League, like yo, every single time, like yo, I have to, even if it's shout out to Keon.
Man, you construct the teams too? Like
Yeah.
every day?
Yeah. So
Great
even if
job,
I had like Keon,
Great job, Zach, too.
just going to college or just going to D2 or whatever, just signing. It's like yo, I can't just come out here and like just joke around.
Yeah.
Keon can easily catch 15 or 20, like real smooth, unexpected.
Yeah.
Caught downhill, now I'm playing with him, boom, and one. Like, bro, that wasn't no foul. This is mentally. It's a foul. I would want that too. So I feel like you can't take nobody for granted in this league. Otherwise, you really
Especially the guards.
Especially the guard play.
Because I feel like I'll be like, every once in a while, after I just play y'all in winner's court, if we lose, we're going one game down. I'm like, all right, we about to win this game to go back.
Yeah.
Nigga, now I'm playing against J2.
Yes.
Now I'm playing against.
So shout out to J2, bro.
Man.
He'd be a whole different monster himself.
Yeah.
You don't know if he's gonna shoot the ball, or if he's gonna drive.
You don't know what he's gonna do. Now I'm playing against Antwood. Now I'm playing
Right.
against.
It really
E
switches
from
up.
UMKC.
Yeah.
Yes, Evan.
You feel me? Like,
Shout out Evan.
Yeah.
Who just graduated from UNKC.
yeah,
Like yo, he's really an issue. 6 straight points on me.
Yeah, nigga, you.
Bro. And even the young cats from that played in the last before we went to the Dominican Republic.
That young group, and that's
that's
one thing. Yeah.
I like him.
Tyrese.
Oh yeah, Tyrese.
And Desi Jones.
Yeah. I like him.
Yeah. And
Sheldon.
Yeah. So like, alright.
The young boy is coming up.
The young boy is coming up, and we want to be sure that we show them the right brand of basketball,
Facts.
so that they going off to their schools
And translating that.
Exactly. Transferring that into practices. You feel me? Because if you show yourself in practice, you get it right in the game.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's definitely like that's where we definitely want to be.
Yeah. So real quick, man, before we wrap shit up, who y'all top 5 hoopers out of KC? You go first. Top 5. No order, because I know it's a lot. Just name your top 5 favorite hoopers. I would say.
All right. If I'm gonna go with my top 5 favorite hoopers, I'm gonna go with my top 5 favorite guys to watch.
Yeah.
In no order. All right. I used to love watching Pooh play. That was just off rip. I didn't get to see him play much, but he was like really different. I got to watch Marcus Walker a little bit, and he was so freaking fast, bro. He was so freaking fast. I seen why they call him.
Nigga never got tired, bro.
Ever. He could play all
balls
day,
to the
bro.
wall.
My next one, I used to love watching Ramon play because he was tiny.
Fletch.
You feel me? And I feel like Fletcher, I used to feel like, that's me. Like, I'm small, but he making me feel like I could really do that.
That's who I used to look up to. You feel me? He's a lefty, bro.
Like,
he had that mid-range
we
play.
ain't never really have no like dominant bigs, but it's hard for me to choose between George and Damo because they was both like
they kind of play the same, damn
high
near.
heat, and they the same height, and they was really just different because they really brought getting a one-on-one bucket to basketball.
Yeah.
Like they really brought that. And then I used to travel all around the city to watch. It's hard because, bro, I forget. Yo, Alec, we played at the same time, but Alec was exceptional, bro. Like, fucking Trevor Relaford was exceptional to watch, bro. Like, played against Trevor, remarkable to watch play. But my other 5 was Jeff Hawkins. Jeff Hawkins is slept over. Like, Jeff Hawkins was that deal from the PG spot, get everybody involved, still get his 15, 20, like only person that really had Roy Williams traveling to Kansas City, Kansas to watch a guy play, bro. Before he left and he was at KU before he went to North Carolina, traveled to Kansas City, Kansas, multiple times. I was like, yo, he's that guy.
That's hard.
He's that guy.
For sure. Who you got?
I'd say the first, not gonna say first, but like one of them is Marcus St. Addison.
Yeah.
Just from what he has, he evolved himself from high school to where he went to his D2. He went to Lake the South. When he went to his D2, when he, you know what I'm saying, even his pro years, from his first year of pro to now, he just evolved as such a great player. Yeah, he's one of my favorite players to go against. He reminds me of myself, but he's obviously, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's at a different level. He's at a different level, but Tyler Kalinowski, I played with him, but like just watching him play as a 6'4", you know what I'm saying? When you look at him, and especially me, not even to be like that because I'm half white, but anytime I'm going against a white boy, I'm trying to go at you. I'm trying to go at you. Like he's one of those dudes that's he gonna lock your ass up. So it's like it's one of those. Yeah, he's not scared of nobody. Nobody. One of my, you know, what I'm saying, one of my favorite, and then like one of my young guys. And that's what I'm saying. Some of my young guys I want to throw out there just because everybody that you said I look up to. So it's like we all did. And I look up to some of these young guys too, like the Brady schemes that we have on our team. See where he's came from.
Shout out Brady, man.
Yeah, to see where he's come from when I used to pick him up when he was a little kid to when he was, you know what I'm saying, a grown ass man now, taking cheeseburgers off the top of backboards and shit. He's a freak. So it's like looking at him, looking at Joe Snyder. It's like Joe Snyder, I remember him running the alleys in Leavenworth with him and Dante Gibson. So it's like seeing Joe out there living his dream and doing his thing at a high level. So it's some of these guys, and that's 5 right there, but those are the 5 that I admire just now and of course Neil. So it's like 10 guys. And there's more than that are still out there. I mean, I played against Siobhan and Willie. Willie guarded me in a fucking boxing 1 in high school. So it's like the biggest boxing 1 I ever been a part of. So like, it was been some great hoopers, and that's the one thing I hope all those hoopers that we name get a chance to put on a Spence Lee jersey. So it's like I would like them to come back and experience this and tribute to this. So, but I appreciate you for having us here, bro. This has been a blessing for us to come and spread the gospel and the message of Spence Lee, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just want to create that platform, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm on my way up. I want everybody to come with me, you know, especially you let me be a part of it type of shit. Tried to bring my nephews and him, but they ain't locked in. I knew mentally, I knew mentally, bro. I'm like, all right, yeah, they need to play on. They need to play on a couple more 18s before I take that deal. And I accepted that, you know, just always had respect for both of y'all since I met you. I have respect for you type of shit. And now it's even more with the league and stuff. So I just wanted to, you know, show love, man.
We appreciate the flowers.
Definitely appreciate it.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that.
And like I said, this episode 4, man. Spence Lee, we going up. What's the date?
14th, baby.
14th. Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. It's lit. 5 o'clock, 5:15.
Hey, I'm out the gym, but I'm in the gym. I need to get right.
I need to see who the first game is because I can't even. I got my mind going crazy.
I know we got the 6:30 game. That might be clutch. We number 2. That might
so Limits 9 versus Forever Gifted.
Yeah.
So that's basically Casey Mo versus Wanda right there.
I might start spinning off doing some YouTube videos, like just doing some random shit, just to try to keep some shit besides the podcast.
That's cool.
So y'all might see a video in the Spence League.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying?
That's cool. We just got our new camera, so we'll have a highlight.
It's up.
Gold wristbands and you know what I'm saying, for attendance.
Dude,
but nah, I'm gonna put each of their Instagrams in the description.
Yeah.
You know, try to spread the word. You know, just try to do that. As always, like, comment, subscribe. We on our way up, man. I appreciate y'all coming. We out.
We out.